Live from Mexico
Ready?
City.
We're too close. I feel too close to you.
No, be close to me. This is my happy place. Hi. Welcome back to Las Primass podcast.
I'm Fatima.
I'm Gabi, and we're Primass.
Somos primas. And you guys might have noticed, like, what the heck? This is a different video.
This is not our typical background.
This is not our typical comfy couch setting.
So guess where we're at? Take a wild guess.
On it.
Fuck
Siri,
you, Siri.
be quiet. Where are we at today, Gabi?
We're at the rancho.
We're at the rancho in Rancho Romita.
Rancho Romita.
We're on our roof. We thought long and hard where we wanted to record it.
Yeah.
And we wanted to show the scenery. So we came up to the roof.
We're hoping that these mufflers are going to be okay because it's supposed to block out like the wind and stuff. So hopefully it works out.
So yeah, sorry if the audio is a little bad,
I
but
think my audio is going to be a little lower than yours. But anyways, beside the point. The point is that we're in Mexico.
yeah, why are we here, Gabi? Why did we come?
We're here because we wanted to visit my grandpa.
Yeah, yeah, we did. But why?
And because
why now in October?
Son las fiestas de octubre.
There you
So
go.
in our town, which is Totatiche, they celebrate La
Where's
Virgen.
Totatiche?
Jalisco?
Yeah, there you go. We're in
Sorry.
Jalisco, Rancho Romita.
Yeah.
Um,
And the town that we belong to is Totatiche.
mhm.
And we're celebrating what Virgen?
Virgen María.
No.
Virgen de
We
Guadalupe.
learned this the
Oh,
other
del
day.
Rosario?
Yes.
Yeah.
La Virgen del Rosario. And
You know what I thought for the longest time? I thought it was for San Cristobal Magallanes, because his birthday is October 7th.
is it?
Mhm. I looked it up. I thought it was for him, celebrating, like, it's religious, right?
Mhm.
Celebrating his like that, you know, that he's from this town. He was
Yeah.
killed during that time, but yeah.
I think they celebrate his when he died.
Well, his birthday is October 7th.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
thought the connection was there.
Yeah.
So that's why when your mom was saying that, I was like,
What
I mean,
the?
I was like, what? But I mean, it's a religious celebration.
Mhm.
It's a religious celebration. When we were sitting there in church, I was like, this is a religious celebration for all the viejitos and an excuse to get drunk and party for the young people.
Young people,
For all
you're
the young
right.
people. I wonder if
Yeah.
like 20 years from now, if they're still going to be doing this.
Who knows?
Because
I would
like
think
all
so.
the older people that do follow the typical religious like beliefs and stuff,
Mhm.
traditions, I don't know if they
Are
won't
all
be around
older?
anymore. Yeah.
But the thing is, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know.
So we'll see. Well,
Because there's a lot of young people that still go to church and stuff.
but do they know? Do they do all that stuff? Like know how to do the rosaries and like set up all? It's
get what
because
you're
it's
saying.
it's a religious thing. But
Yeah. I don't
anyways,
know, who knows?
We'll have to come back in 20 years and refilm
Yeah,
this
the
podcast.
church was very full, so
Yeah,
but it was
that
full
was-
of old people.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're here at the rancho. We're living our best life.
These are our rancho outfits today.
Yeah.
Tenemos
bought
botas.
I bought a belt from the town, 200 pesos. Let me tell you, the best 200 pesos of my life.
Yeah, because your pants are falling.
Yeah.
Showing a little crack.
I was not showing crack, but
Anyways, we don't
Yeah.
come as often anymore, but we used to come every summer, and we used to spend months here,
yeah. I
like
remember
the whole summer.
whenever people ask me how did I learn how to swim, I'll see like
They
"La
just threw
arroyo."
us.
Yeah.
They threw us in there like, good
One
luck.
time, I remember. Well, I don't remember. It's because we have house videos or home videos that my mom used to record. And I remember my grandpa was inside of the river, and Stevie and Edgar, who are our older cousins or older than us, and we were little. I think I was like maybe 4, I want to say. I was young. I was little. And they were inside of the river, and I was bawling my eyes out, screaming like Bloody Mary.
Why?
Bloody Mary, because bloody murder. What is it?
I don't know,
How
Gavin.
do
Don't
you
ask
say
me
it?
about English sayings. I don't know English sayings. I don't
But
know
I was-
Spanish sayings. I don't know English sayings.
But I was so scared. I was screaming my lungs out, and my grandpa was just laughing.
Why?
And
Because you thought they were going to drown?
So the reason that I was crying, a lot of people thought it was because of that, because of the water, because it's the arroyo, so you can't see down. It's just like dirt.
It's dark water. Yeah.
Uh-huh. But it was because those freaking brats were getting sticks, and they
Pretending
would
they were snakes?
rub it around my
Oh.
leg and say that it was snakes.
That used to be one of our biggest fears because we
Oh
would
my
have
God.
snakes.
Yeah, they're water
And
snakes.
we would freak out, but they don't do anything.
We've never gone
We
bitten,
never
but
did.
it's just like
yeah,
scary.
but we would get freaked out as little kids.
Yeah.
If there was a snake, we would get out.
Yeah.
But we don't really get in the river anymore either.
I do. Well, you can't.
Oh,
So
last time. Oh, there's a baby behind you.
Yeah, it's okay. There's only certain
It's gonna
times.
land in your hair.
It's okay.
Okay.
My hair is like a
A
flower.
nest.
You bitch. Anyways, so the river, yeah, we don't really get in it because we have to wait until it cleans out, and it usually gets cleaned out by this time of the year.
Yeah, usually the rain. It has to rain. The river either here or like upstream, and it has to fill up, and it has to like wash everything out.
Wash out
and
nasty
but right
stuff.
now it's kind of sad. We came right now and it's dried. It's like
it's
empty.
super dry,
There's nothing
which
going
is
on right now.
unusual. By this time it should
Yeah,
be
because it's
full.
usually really rainy.
Yeah. The last time I got in,
I don't think I've gotten in recently. I know you guys got in last time we were here together. I took videos and pictures of you guys, but I didn't get in. I just get cold.
did I get in last time?
I think when we came
yeah,
from Alondra's wedding, you guys
canoe?
all no what in actual when we came for Alondra's wedding, our cousin Alondra, a lot of you guys were all sitting out there down there just chilling, and you
I
guys
remember that.
all got in the river. Yeah,
I just I didn't
but when we were little, we used to have floaties. We used to have the whole thing, and that's how we learned how to swim.
That we would always hang out in the river.
Yeah, but we did have to be careful because like people like the river gets strong, and if it is rough,
now it has like
People,
a little
yeah.
road on top of it.
but before it didn't.
Before it didn't, so there was nothing blocking you. You would just go straight
You would just
to the
go,
river. Yeah.
you know,
Now there's at least some sort of blockage where,
it slows it down.
Yeah.
So at least you could like catch yourself if it takes you. But
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
remember that one time we walked to Pancho's house?
I already know what you're gonna say. Jasmine?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell him?
You can tell it.
No, you tell him.
Okay, so one time, I don't remember why were we going to Pancho's house, which is also...
So Pancho is our uncle, and he has a house in the same area,
The same
Rancho, but
ranch?
it's like a 20 minute walk away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're like uphill, so we have to go up, and then there's the next...
And go down the
little
next
road,
street
yeah.
over.
So we were walking to my tío Pancho's. I don't remember why, because it was just us girls. And it was my older sister, Jasmine. She was in the front. Then it was Tutis or Sarai, so her sister. So it was Tutis, let's say Sarai, Fatima, then me in the back, because we were the oldest. So she's in the front, I'm in the back.
Is that why?
We were walking, yeah, I don't know why. Walking to my tío Pancho's house, and then all of a sudden, they walk by, and I look to the left. There was a snake.
So she thought.
No, there was. I swear there was. So, anyways, I saw the snake, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's a snake!" So
We all
everyone
took
booked
off. Yeah,
We
because
all
I'm telling you, we
ran.
were scared of snakes when we were little.
Yeah.
So she yelled snake, and we all took off. And we were already close to the house, so we
Yeah.
just like ran all the way back to the house.
And this is like where we were walking. It's like sandy dirt. It's like dirt. But then
little
once
rocky,
we
yeah.
get close to the river, it's a lot of cement because
They paved it
yeah, they pave it.
for the cars and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So once we got to the paved part, my sister tripped.
And right before the house is a little bridge, and it goes over the water, and that's how they get the cars over. Right, they have
Yeah.
a little bridge, and her sister fell
Like right when she got into
to the bridge
paved-
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she fell, and her knees were all bleeding.
And I just remember, because we were also scared of water, right? Because
Yeah.
the rivers get rough. She fell right on the edge, and we thought she was
She
gonna
was
like
gonna
go in, fall into the
yeah.
river. Because there's like no hand. Like if you fall over, you fall over.
Yeah,
You know?
like-
That's it. So yeah, she got scraped up pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I remember the guys, the Cristobal, like I
So,
don't know,
we had what are they called?
walkie-talkies.
We had walkie-talkies. So
Before we had phones. I mean, I was gonna say before
didn't even
phones
have-
existed, but they existed. We just didn't have any.
and we didn't have signal before here.
Yeah, that's
either.
true,
So
yeah.
now we do. We have internet here, which is odd. But anyways, so we had walkie-talkies. We ended up running all the way to my uncle's house.
Mm-hmm.
My sister was like bleeding. She's crying. We're all freaked out because I just saw a snake, and we're like calling our cousins over here on this side. We're calling them through the walkie-talkie. We're like, oh my God, there's a snake. So we were scared to come back to the ranch, to the house. We were just like stuck over there. So then out of nowhere, do you remember?
They
how
pull up
pulled
in the car with the freaking
They
gun.
pull up in a truck with guns.
I'm like, oh yeah, what are you guys gonna do? Like,
The freaking snake.
Yeah.
But we're just like, oh, our saviors. Just kidding.
maybe you.
Yeah, I used to have a crush
back
on
then.
them.
Yeah,
I used to have a crush on them when I was younger, but anyway.
I don't know if I ever had a crush on them.
There
I'm
was
trying
no
to think.
boys around. There
Yeah,
was, like,
I'm
the
trying
only
to think
boys
if
we
like
knew.
I ever had a crush on anybody here in Mexico, and I don't think I ever did.
Yeah, I had a crush on them.
A lot of stuff has happened at Pancho's, because I remember also one time at Pancho's house, I was there with Diego.
Oh.
I was there with Diego and my
Yeah.
grandpa, and we were still little. We were like, I
Mhm.
don't know, 13, 14 years old, and my grandpa had gone off to the field to go do something. I mean, they were waiting. We were like, what the heck? Like, he wasn't coming back. We were like, should we go find him? Like, should we go see if he needs help or something? He was doing something with the animals. And in front of the house, there's a little fence. So the bottom half is cement, and then they put like a vertical fence,
Uh-huh.
and at the top it's like a little arrow, right?
Okay. Oh,
And I was walking on the bottom half. Diego was climbing up on the roof, and I was like walking on the ledge of the bottom cement stuff. And I was in boots. I think I was in boots or something. I don't know. I was in a thicker shoe, and my foot slipped, and I fell. And the little top arrow part of the fence just went straight up my back.
Oh,
And
disgusting.
I remember Diego. I was like, oh, it hurt, right? I was like, oh, Diego, like my back. And I had a shirt on, you know. I don't know if it went under my shirt or through my shirt. I don't remember. I was like, Diego, like, my scratch my back, what's going on? It hurt. And he's like looking at the fence. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to see where the skin is at. I was like, yeah, but yeah, it literally scraped up my back, and I still have a scar there from it, just like a straight, like, ripped off my skin from the back.
It's
But
so disgusting.
Jasmine also has been through that's why she doesn't come back anymore.
Jasmine's traumatized.
Yeah, she got stepped on by in Macho, remember one time?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, she got stepped on by that Macho. We used to like, it's a rancho, so
Yeah. He'll have accidents all the time.
you have accidents, it's rough out here.
Yeah. I remember one time here in my tío Nick's house, we enseñamos la yegua. No, was it la yegua or was when we had macho? I think it was a macho because it pissed me off and I was like, I'm never going to ride this shit again. But, okay, so Diego was the one, I don't know how to say it. He was the one that was on it, and I was kind of like on the butt of the macho. And here, literally back here, we were sembrando, or we were doing something back here, but then it was like free game. We were just riding the macho to ride it, and there used to be like a string so there was like a tree. So there is a tree, and there was like a string attached to the fence. So whenever you ride on the horse or the macho, you have to go down so it doesn't like hit you in the neck, because then it would hit you in the neck.
If you're tall.
If you're tall.
Short people don't have to do that.
Me, I've always been tall. Exactly. Diego was shorter at that time. So Diego started going, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't like looking, and we were going fast, and all of a sudden we like go through that, and it like grabs my neck,
I remember that.
and I fall to the back.
Yeah.
I like fell off the macho. I was so pissed because I wanted to. First of all, I wanted to like handle the macho.
We'll say drive.
And he didn't let me. And then he did that shit. And I was so mad. And I felt like Diego always used to get away with things.
Diego always. He was a favorite.
He never even got in trouble. I was like,
Diego, when he was little, he was a favorite. We used to hate the boys.
Yeah.
When we were little, yeah. Because the boys, we felt were like special. Like they were always get away. They always get to go out and do the fun stuff. Like we come from the U.S. and we'd want to like be out in the field, like doing fun stuff. And we wouldn't, I don't know if it was just when everybody was here that they would kind of
be annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. But I remember one summer we had prank wars with the boys.
Yeah. And my grandpa got us in trouble, remember?
Yeah, we did get in trouble. It was the girls, so it was Gabi, me, my two sisters. I don't think Jasmine was here.
No, Jasmine wasn't.
And then the boys, which was Diego, Gabi's brother, and our other two cousins, Freddie and Danny.
Which are brothers.
They're brothers. It was just us, right?
Yeah,
and I guess you get bored here. You know, we had no internet. We used to play cops and robbers with walkie-talkies. Like, that was fun. And
we had prank wars, like a bunch of
whatever random stuff. Yeah. We'd go collect tadpoles in the river.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had prank wars, and the guys se pasaban, like they would do the dumbest stuff.
Well, first of all, they weren't home all day because, again, how Fatima was saying, like they would go out in the field with my grandpa, and for us it was like they would do fun stuff, even though they were sembrando and they were with the animals and stuff. It was still work, but we were home stuck cleaning,
cooking.
So we were always home, so we would always do the pranks on them when we were home and they were gone. And then they would come back, find their stuff, and then get us back.
And it's like dumb pranks. Like we would like maybe put someone's hat on the tree up there.
No, we put shirts up there.
We put their clothes up like on top of the trees.
We threw it like up on the trees because this is.
That's the only one I remember. I know they put like a dead cow leg on your door, on the door here.
Yeah.
And then I think that's when we started getting in trouble.
Yeah, and they put it. I think they put it inside of our room. It wasn't.
I don't remember.
Es que se pasaron ellos, like. It was too much. And then they got our bed and they flipped it over.
I don't remember.
And like all the stuff it was just a mess. It was just a mess. So then we started getting mad at them. Yeah. And vice versa. They started getting mad at us.
So we got in trouble.
My grandpa just like my grandpa told us, he's like, well, you guys shouldn't be playing with the boys. Like the boys are not here to play with, blah, blah, blah. And then we got mad and we just stopped.
Yeah. But we used to do a lot of fun stuff because again, we didn't have internet. We didn't have it was just out here being in the wild, you know.
Yeah.
So we would do random shit.
Yeah. It's different now though because before we didn't have like any friends, so nobody would come visit us. It was literally just us cousins.
Yeah. So if you weren't here with cousins.
Yeah.
But I remember one summer we would be here for months.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one summer they made us do schoolwork. Remember that? They would bring us little packets of school so we can have.
Ariana was here?
No, I think it was Sylvia. Sylvia was doing that. They would bring us little packets with like schoolwork based off our grade, and we would after breakfast we would have school time.
I remember one time Ariana was here when we were here, and I think she said that my handwriting was not nice. She said my handwriting was ugly. So she made me on a book. On a paper.
Practice your handwriting.
Yeah, she actually wrote something and then she had me like write my A's, así como si if I was little, and she made me like do it all like that. And now
you have pretty handwriting.
I have really nice handwriting.
The bubble handwriting.
A lot of people ask me if it was if it was printed. So I think I have pretty nice handwriting.
Do you gotta thank Ariana for that?
Yeah. I was like, it's that one summer that my cousin forced me.
Yeah.
All day and all night, and she used to make me journal too.
Yeah, we used to come every year. Yeah. But I kind of stopped coming when I went to college.
That's the opposite for me. I started coming more.
Yeah.
When I got out of high school, I would come. Actually, I would come every summer. But then when COVID hit, I came like 4 times that year.
During COVID times, I remember I came for like a month, just because I had no work for a month. Yeah, I had no work for a month. I was like transitioning, and I just came for a while. But yeah, I would come every year until I started college, because that's when things get tricky. Over the summer, you're working, you're doing internships and stuff. So I didn't come as often anymore. Yeah. And this was gonna be my first year where I was like, damn, I don't think I'm gonna go this year. Like I didn't get to come in the summer. And then that's why I decided. I think a lot has been going on at work, and I was so stressed, and I was like, I just want to get away. And
just do something fun.
And I think just being here. Okay. What do you feel? How do you feel about having Wi-Fi now at the ranch?
Like, it's good and bad.
It's good to communicate.
Yeah, it's good to communicate. I like posting stuff on social media and stuff. Because the thing is, when I don't post stuff, I forget to go back and post my things. So I always have that issue where if I don't post that day of the pictures that I took, se me va la onda, and I just don't post them anymore. But I also notice that we're on our phones, and we're not taking in like
the ranch. For me, it's good for communication, right? Because sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I need to tell someone something that's in the ranch. Like coming to the ranch to disconnect, and I don't feel like I get that disconnect anymore. And before, like, even though we didn't have service here, we would just go to Jaime's house across the street, and we would get Wi-Fi there. Before that, we would just go to town, and we would get service in town, and that's when I would do all my uploads. So I did. I would just upload. I would upload them as I was going, and then when I went to service, I would like do the retry or whatever, and fully upload everything. I used to post a lot. At least I don't think I've been posting as much as I have this year.
I really like the feedback I get when I start posting on Mexico. It's always the same thing that I post, like pajaretes in the morning, and like the cows throughout the day, el tejuino los domingos, things like that. It's always like the same thing. But like the feedback I get from people is always like, oh my god, I love seeing your Mexico pictures. And I'm like, I love that you love it, because I love Mexico so much.
I think I used to post more when we would do things like we would go out, mover de vacas, like do stuff with the animals. They would put us to work, so that when we do that.
We used to go to potreros a lot, to different potreros that they have. But
what's a potrero? Explain it for
Explain
for the audience.
Potrero is
Just
like
different pieces of land.
terrenos, yeah.
Yeah, different land
terrenos.
that we own in different areas where we have cow.
Yeah, where my grandpa has his animals.
Yeah, and you have to move them.
Yeah.
You have to move the cattle around. So we would do that. Sometimes we would go to
Los Positos, el triángulo.
put
Potrero
their letters on their butts.
Oh my God, giving you the names.
What's the English word for that? Brand?
Brand
To brand them?
Los fierros.
We did that. We vaccinated. We moved them. So
true.
when we would move animals, it was like a show. I remember it was like a huge.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people. You need people because the pieces of land are not always right next to each other. So you
Right.
have to like take them through the road.
Yeah.
And cows will run.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful. And not
No.
everybody's on horse. Like we're walking around.
Yeah, and some
So.
people are in animals, so some people are in the mules or in horses, whatever. But we would have to block the road because if a car's coming too fast and they don't see, they'll just
Or the cows will go down the road the wrong way too.
Yeah.
So that when we would do stuff like that, that'd be fun. Like I'd be recording. I was always the photographer. I felt like recently, and yeah, but like this trip we haven't done anything.
Yeah, well the thing is it's changed. Like times are different now.
It's also different because my grandpa's getting older.
Yeah.
So
No, but that's what I was gonna say because we used to do that because my grandpa would like he would just take us and be like, oh, we're doing this now, let's do it. But now it's a lot chiller. Like yeah, there's still animals like in the potrero en medio and stuff like that, but we don't really go because my grandpa doesn't go, so he has other people that do it.
Before I think they did it because they, I don't know, did they ever sell like the animals?
Girl, I don't even know what the hell they do with animals, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
it was like our chore of the day. Like every day it'd be wake up, we do the same thing, we milk the cows, and then it's like, okay, what's our job for today?
Yeah.
And you would figure,
today we're doing this, today we're doing that.
Yeah, and then we would come back, have dinner, like for dinner, lunch, and that was like a routine every day in the ranch. But now it's a little different.
Yeah. We still, good thing is like we still do like the siembra and stuff, which was last time that I was here, which was a couple months ago. Si sembramos.
Yeah, pero no sirvió.
No sirvió porque no llovió.
You guys didn't do it with love, that's why.
Shut the hell up, girl.
You guys did not plant with
no
love.
water, that's why.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot of rain. No rain this year.
But I love it. It's just so different. It's
a break from the day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, so when I go to the United States, I always have my nails done because I work in banking, so I feel like I have to look presentable. Every time I come to Mexico, I'm like, take these shits off.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Like I told my coworker, we always talk about our nails and stuff, and I was like, yeah, next time I go in, I'm gonna have to take them off. I was like, my grandpa doesn't like nails. Yeah. And she was kind of like she was kind of like, that's such a dumb reason, but like I'm like, no, like you have to take it. Like he's giving you shit this trip because you have more piercings.
No, it's not that I have more piercings. It's because when I change my earrings, sometimes you can tell that I have piercings. So I've always had my piercings, but I had little studs, and he doesn't really notice the studs. I noticed that when I have hoops in, he notices my hoops. So I used to have a stud in my nose all the time, and he never said anything about it. But then when I switched to the hoop, he's like always talking shit about my nose ring, about my ear
we have to be very natural here. No nails, not even ripped jeans, because they'll come for you for your ripped jeans.
He'll be like, you don't have enough money? ¿Necesitas dinero para comprar los pantalones enteros? I'm like, yeah, actually.
So I took my nails off too.
Yeah, and even if...
Freaking Siri. And just also to like milk.
No, yeah, exactly. So even if I had color in my nails, so for Alondra's wedding, I ended up putting like a pink color on my nails. My nails are always short, always cut, because if you were milking the cow, you... What are you doing? It's still in your hair.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Oh, so anyways, I was like, oh, I want to do something cute. So I got my nails pink, and I was milking the cow. My grandpa's like, you can't milk the cow. Why, Grandpa? Oh, because you're gonna scare the cow with those nails. And I was like, they're short.
In my hair?
He's like, huh? Yeah, it's still in your hair. He's not doing anything.
I feel it. It feels weird.
It's literally
okay. Fine. Whatever.
But anyways, so he's very particular, if I may say. But yeah, this time around he's being a little suspicious. He's being a little offensive. I'm like, that's where your sons get it from. Because yesterday...
With the gorditas?
No, yesterday... So, I don't know why, like, all the doors are short here. So, the bathroom door, everything that we're referencing...
We asked my grandpa why.
I'll post pictures.
Yeah, so we have a door... You can use me as reference because everybody knows that I'm short AF. Yeah.
So the bathroom door, I have to bend down to like go into the bathroom. And I was walking towards the bathroom, and my grandpa's like, hopefully you'll fit. So he was saying like in a double sense, like, because I'm chunky.
Wide and height.
And height, yeah. So I was like, oh, hell no.
We asked him, we're like, because even the doors in the kitchen are kind of small. So your mom asked him, she's like, why is it that the doors are so small? He's like,
my mom asked him.
And he's like, it's just because when we made them, we were little. He's like, they were younger. They were still little.
Yeah.
So they just made them to what they thought was an appropriate height.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're all small. But
yeah, well, before, the whole house is not how it is. So if you look at the house, it has like bricks in one place, has just cement in other places, so it's all out of place.
They built on it over the years.
They built on it.
Yeah.
So like the kitchen wasn't there, they built the kitchen. The bathroom wasn't there, they built the bathroom. All these things. So
how was it before? Do you know? Like when they first moved here, was it just like a little room in the kitchen?
I think it was just like the sala, like my grandpa's room, la sala, and the troja.
Yeah, I wish they had photos.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, because a lot has changed.
Even we have pictures like in front of the corral, and the corral is completely different because it used to be just rock, and now it has like the corral door. It has all these things that are different. I have a picture on top of I don't remember if it's a mule or a donkey. I look like little Asian boy. I do.
You still do? No, I'm just kidding.
Is that offensive? That's not offensive, right? Because I really do look like it, but I'll post a picture too. No, I won't. It's embarrassing. Never mind. But anyways, it was completely different. Like it looks so different.
Even like I've seen photos from back in the day when our parents were younger, and even the front is just dirt. Yeah. Like it's just completely different. Yeah. So they've grown over the years. Yeah. Everybody has a room here, which I think is really cool. Yeah. Like all the sons have people share rooms.
Yeah, they share rooms.
So everybody has a specific room in the house that they stay in when they come visit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually really neat. So I think it's cool.
Even when I came today, Gabby's like, do you want to sleep with us? And I was like, no, I want to go to my room. Like I have all my stuff in my room.
I've slept in your room before. Let me tell you, I slept in her room, I think this past summer. I swear there's bats up there. I swear there's bats.
It used to be not closed off. So I was so annoying because we would leave stuff here and they'd be gone. Like people would take him, right? Because we only come for a couple of times.
How do you feel about that door?
The little door?
Yeah.
I like it now.
You do? I don't.
Yeah, why?
I just think it looks ugly. I really like the stuff how it used to be before. So I used to love...
Oh, what door? What are we talking about?
Your room.
The door from at the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like it now because it's closed off. We have privacy. Like before, it would just go up the stairs and you'd be in the room.
Yeah.
And that is introduction for animals. Like animals would go in there. The cats would go in there. They would leave a mess up there. So now it's like we actually have privacy.
You can lock it.
So we can lock it so nobody can go in there, if nobody steals our stuff. We actually leave stuff. But now we actually have a house in Tlatenango. So we left all our stuff over there now.
I just used to like the railing. I don't know. I'm just so weird about things.
I don't remember the railing.
There used to be like a railing, and I just like that. You could just look over the railing. You could see the stairs. Like I like that whole. There's a lot of things that they change. Again, it's not our house, it's my grandpa's house. So they always change things that I personally, I'm like, oh, I wish they left it how it used to be. But I mean, progress.
Little by little. You get used to it, I think.
Yeah.
Like what I didn't like was the top roof that they made right in here in front.
I hate that.
But it's also nice because it's shaded, right? Yeah. But like I used to love coming out. We had a balcony outside of our room. I used to love coming out and just seeing over and people down there. We'd play, we'd throw things up and down. And now we can't do that anymore.
But they do everything for a reason, right? So the reason is like, oh, está tapado when it rains, whatever.
Shade for the cars,
shade for the
whatever.
Cars, yeah. But I'm like, it looks so ugly. And
we just don't like the change.
I hated the road that they blocked off the river. Because I used to love, the little bridge thing. Because I used to love walking through the river, and our whole thing was like, you have to walk on the rocks. Hopefully you don't fall. Hopefully there's not a snake in one of the rocks.
Before they had a bridge to cross the river, they would just get these big rocks and they would just line them up. So you would have to walk on stepping stones, right? Step on the rocks to get over to the side. And then when the river would grow, they would get covered.
Yeah.
So one, we didn't have a way to cross over.
Yeah.
Or two, we had to on top of the river. We have it's like a dam, like a really tall dam, but it has two little thin pieces, and they block those off when they're trying to hold the water. So there's a little gap, and you would have to walk across the dam.
Or jump. They would jump across it.
If you can jump it, you can jump it. I've never jumped it.
But if not, they just put the wood tablas.
Yeah. Put a piece of wood down and you just walk across.
Yeah.
Even now with the bridge, Last time we were here, I don't remember for what we were here. One summer we were here, and the river got so big it overflew the bridge, and they were trying to figure out how to get the people back because we were all across the river at a party, and trying to figure out how we were gonna bring everybody back to the other side so people can go home.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think this was my first year coming for Las Fiestas.
Yeah?
Because I was thinking about it, and I do remember we came from my grandpa's 80th. We came around in October.
Yeah.
But I was like 18, and I don't think I went to the fiestas.
Yeah, I agree. We didn't.
Yeah.
I think we went one night.
We just got canteritos, and we took photos, and we got yelled at because we were 18. They're like, "What are you doing drinking?" And
yeah, Jaime yelled at me.
I don't think I got yelled at, but they were like bombastic side eye.
Yeah.
Like
Jaime was like, "You're not of age in the United States," and I was like, I was trying to be
or
smart.
in Mexico.
I'm in Mexico. I'm 18 or 19, however old I was. I was like, I can drink here legally. He's like, oh yeah, just because you can legally drink, you're gonna drink, and I was like, nope, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna drink.
I remember we used to go all the time to the one in Tlatenango, but that one is like bigger. I feel like that one you can actually enjoy the festival stuff, the rides, the games, like the little.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I went with Juan's girls.
They're from.
Yeah,
they're from
we went out. We went in December, and we partied in Tlate. That was fun. I thought that was so much. That was so funny.
They're fun.
Yeah. But the one here, the carnival rides, it's very little.
Yeah.
It's very small. It's more people just dancing and getting drunk.
So the whole thing is like el día 7 is the day of, so they party for 9 days, right? Because it's 9 in novenario or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know how it works here. I just know that the last 2 days are like the littest days. On the 6th day, there usually is like a rodeo, which there wasn't one antier. But anyways, el día 7 is when people get their own banda. So the pueblo has its own banda, and then people get their own bandas. So it was like 8 bands all around the pueblo and
the plaza.
Sorry, that's what I meant. All around the plaza, and then people just like gather with their friends and family or whoever they came with in their own place. But you still walk around the pueblo.
So
La plaza. I keep saying el pueblo.
I remember back in the day when we were little, like that was a thing. Like you would go on Sunday, you would go have dinner in around the plaza, and then the girls would walk one way and the guys would walk the other way, and then you kind of be like checking out, like okay, like he's cute, you know.
Yeah.
But now they still walk around the plaza, but it's not like for that intention.
Yeah, I actually asked Miguel Angel. I was like, isn't there a way that you're supposed to walk? Because I don't know which way girls and boys are supposed to walk. And Miguel Angel was like, no, todos son de los Estados Unidos, ni saben. So it's just like, just walk whatever way you want. I was like, okay.
I was actually really surprised at how many people were here. I even asked like Gabi, like I was like, how many do you think are from the U.S.? And she said 50.
I feel like 50% of the people here were from the U.S.
And I asked your mom. I was like. You know more. I was like, you tell me. I was like, how many people do you think here are actually from the U.S. and not from like the town?
Mexico, yeah.
And she said about 52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you could tell.
You can tell by the way people dress.
Yeah.
By the way they look if they're from out of town.
I remember one time when I started making friends here, when I was coming during COVID, I tried to dress very, like I
Cowboy-ish?
used to not wear my Apple Watch. And nothing, like I would just be very simple, like I wanted to blend in. And I started going to town and I started making friends, and I was always wearing my cowboy boots, everything, right? And I was hanging out with this guy, and we started talking, and I was like, can you tell, his name is Rene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't live here anymore, but I was like, can you tell that I'm not from
out?
Yeah, can you tell that I'm from out of town? And he's like, oh yeah, as soon as I see you. And I'm like, but you don't think I'm from like another city here in Mexico? He's like, oh no, I could tell you're from the United States. I'm like, bitch. I was like, how? And he was like, well, first of all, girls don't wear their boots the way that you wear their boots. Like you wear skinny jeans with your boots outside. That's not how they wear them.
I don't wear my
here.
boots like that.
And girls don't usually wear boots. It's like that's not really a thing they do here.
Yeah. So I noticed like when we went to church, I went with my jeans, boots, and I forgot what I wore. Just the top, right? And I was looking around, and all these girls in their chanclas and their little tennis shoes, and I was like,
and even when we went to the fiesta,
we were in heels, girls in like stiletto heels, and I'm like walking around the plaza, and I'm like, I could never.
Yeah, and I was wearing like a dress with my boots. I always wear my boots, and that's just for them. It's just not something they do, and especially because we're from the rancho, so we wear boots. Versus when we go to the pueblo, people are from the pueblo, so they don't wear boots. They're not from the rancho. It's like two separate things.
For me growing up, I always thought like when people were like, oh, I'm going to Mexico, I'm going to Mexico, it was like, oh, like we're going to the rancho. Like I always assumed that, but you actually do have people like that I just go to the town and they just hang out in the town.
Yeah.
Like they don't do free Mexico is like the ranch, the animals, the wilderness, you know.
Yeah.
But for other people, it's just we're gonna go to town and we're just gonna hang out in Mexico.
I always say when I tell people I'm going on vacation, I'm going to Mexico. They'll be like, oh, where are you going? Are you going to the beach? And I'm like, no, honey, I'm going to a rancho. I'm going to a rural area.
I got the same thing because at my new job, this is first time, or I don't know, that I was going to Mexico. And they're like, oh, where are you going, Cabo? And I'm like, no. I was like, no, I'm going to see my family. Like,
so speaking of the Fiestas Octubre, right? So we're here with friends. And Fatima had a whole situation.
I had a situation. So, okay. So we have both my grandpa and my grandma's family here, but we don't socialize with my grandma's side of the family. We just never had that kind of relationship with them.
Yeah, we don't even know them.
We don't know them. Yeah. I don't know who they are or anything. I don't know all the brothers and sisters, their names and how everybody's. I don't know any of that. The family tree.
I actually don't know anything about my grandma's side. All I know is that they disowned her when she married my grandpa, and that's it.
There's no relationship.
My tia Lupe, who died. a few years ago.
2 days ago, we were at the plaza, and I don't know, I have a thing where, like, I want to meet someone from out here, right? So we can share that in common. So I was like, yeah, like, I was telling our friends, I was like, find me a Mexican boyfriend, all this, all that. Some guys around hanging out at the plaza, we saw them around, and you can tell they're from out of town.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so how people dress.
Yeah, so we saw them around, and our friend was like, yeah, they're like our cousins or whatever, right? We have no relationship to our friends here.
Yeah.
So they're just friends.
Well, they're actually our cousins, but they're not related to us.
They're not related to us. And so he's like, yeah, like, they're my cousins. Like, I'll introduce you, this and that. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's your mission for tonight. I was like, introduce them to me. And he did.
They were introduced.
They were just kind of, they came over to we had a banda. And they came over to us, and they were still hanging out there. And one of the guys went up to me and he asked me to dance. So I started dancing, and we started talking. And he's like, oh, yeah. He's from out there in California. I was like, I'm from out there. We started chatting, whatever. And he's like, we should hang out when we get back to the U.S. Like, let me get your number. And I was like, you can have my Insta. And he's like, okay, cool. He's like, oh, but my phone is dead. This is a little sus, the whole thing. He was like, oh, my phone is dead. And I was like,
it started since that night. Where he was being weird. Okay.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my phone is dead. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, here's my phone. I was like, follow yourself. And he did. And the entire time, because I don't know who they are, right? So I was trying to figure out, like, who their family is out here, who, like, their relationship. Because when I told him, I was like, so where are you from? And he told us it's a rancho where we have family.
Yeah, our next door rancho, our neighbor ranch.
Yeah, we have family out there. So I was like, are we related? I was like, are we related or something? And he's like, nah, like, I'm here with my cousins, and they're this last name. And I was like, okay. I was like,
we don't recognize
it. He was asking me, telling me a name, and I was like, I don't recognize the name. I told him my grandpa's name. He didn't say anything. Like, all right, cool.
We're not related.
We're not. Then I went on. He went back, and then he came back to me. He's like, let's keep dancing. And then he was like, I saw your Insta. You're really into the gym and all that. I was like, rolling my eyes. I was like, yeah, because that's what guys always say. I was like, we just kept talking the entire night. We were hitting it off. And then we just hit it off. The next day, he followed me on Instagram. And then later on, I saw that he unfollowed me and removed me as a follower. So I was like, all right. I was like, whatever. I was like, maybe this dude has a girlfriend back home or something. I was like, being a little shitty. Because he told me his phone was dead. And then he came back and he's like, yeah, I saw your Instagram. You're really into fitness.
Oh, shit. He's
dumb.
Yeah.
And then I told him, I was like, I thought your phone was dead. He was like, oh, yeah, I just looked at it real quick or whatever. And I was like, dumb. And, like, the entire night, he would, like, say dumb stuff. Like, yeah, like, you deserve the world. I'm going to give you the world. Like, man, when they start saying shit like that, you're just like,
you ain't shit.
You all talk.
Yeah.
And red flag. Anyway, so the next day he unfollowed me. I was like, whatever, maybe he has a baby mama back home.
But we were thinking about it and we're like, that's so weird. Like, why would he just unfollow you? That's really random. Like, you guys had a good night.
It was whatever. And the other guys were kind of like quiet too. Like, Osvaldo introduced me to another one. And he was also very quiet. Like, they weren't really talkative with social. Us, except for the one that I was dancing with. They weren't really being social or anything. And so I was like, okay, whatever. He has a girlfriend back home, maybe. I was like, that's why he didn't want to give me his phone to see his Insta or whatever. And that happened, right? And then we went back to town, and he was passing by, and he stopped, and he said hi to me. He's like, how are you? And I already knew he had unadded me on Instagram. And I was like, yeah, hi, whatever, moving on.
Yeah.
we were sitting down having dinner.
And
tacos.
then Nayeli tells me.
Our friend.
Yeah, our friend.
Who's
one that lives here.
the sister, who's in the same family of the friend of the brother that introduced me to them.
So then she goes, oh, don't you remember them? They were in the pajarete in California with us. And I was like, wait a minute.
What clicked for me? She's like, don't your families have beef?
That's what she said.
And I was like,
oye, que
no.
no se caen mal or something like that. And I was like
no.
What?
I was like,
our family does not have beef. And then she's like, yeah, you told me, like, I think that they don't like you guys or something. I'm like, who are you talking about?
When she said that, it clicked in my head. I was like, no. Because then I remembered the name that he told me. And I was like, no. I was like,
and then I was still, it was not clicking in my head. She's like, remember when we went to the pajarete in California and we met this lady, and this lady was inviting us to dinner to her house, and she had all these boys and they were all juntados, or like with parejas. And we're like, people. Oh my God, was that him? He was like one of the boys. And I was like, yes, I remember. I don't really remember the lady. I don't really remember them. They look familiar, but I couldn't remember. Yeah. I thought they were just from the fiestas last year. And I was like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So at first I was like, oh, that was a thing. Like, estaban juntados. Like, he had a girlfriend at back home or whatever. So, and then they started saying more. And then I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's my grandma's family.
So that is the family that we don't know. That's my grandma's side of the family who... Yeah. I mean, since they disowned my grandma, we have no relationship with them. So apparently they have beef with our family.
Yeah, we don't talk to them. We don't talk to them anymore. We don't have a relationship.
Yeah, we just don't have a relationship with them.
And I remember we went back to the car and we were like, yeah, like, tell me, like, this is the name they gave me. Like, what's the relation? She's like, yeah, your second cousin. I was like, God. I don't know. Fabulous. I was like, damn. I was like, I love this for myself. It's like never getting a guy from out here ever again is gonna be connected somehow. Like,
yeah, because she was like making it a point, like, hey, make sure that they're related to you guys. Make sure that they have no relationship
literally,
to us.
he went up. He's like, meet my friend. Like, he's my cousin. And I was like, cool, perfect. He's your cousin. Great.
Not related to us.
So now I got beef with you, Osvaldo. Like,
Osvaldo's over here introducing us his fake cousins.
Our real cousins. So that was. I wonder. I don't know if they know.
Who, the boys?
The boys. I don't know if they figured it out. We figured it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know. Because also, like, my last name isn't this last name. Like,
my last name isn't either.
So,
because our family's last name is Quesada. Mm-hmm. But because that's our mother's last name. But our
dads gave us their last names. So when he was telling me his last name, like, I was asking for the last name.
It also didn't click.
Yeah, his dad has a different last name.
Their moms are our mom's cousins.
But even when I asked him, I was like, what's the last name? He gave me a different last name. He told me Cárdenas.
Which is his dad's last name.
Which is, no, the boy's dad's. So I thought, when I ask you for your last name here in Tota, like, it's for your last name here in the relationship for this town, right?
Yeah.
And for us, it's Quesada.
Yeah.
If I go to
Quesada and Ramirez.
Yeah.
Ramirez is my grandma. Quesada is my grandpa.
Yeah.
They're part of the Ramirez.
They were giving me two different last names.
We're like, brother, no, that's like me giving you Delgadillo. Like, my dad's from fucking
You're not gonna know,
brother.
yeah.
Like, that's not this.
Like, if I say Gomez, you're not gonna know. Like, it's no relation. Well, they might hear actually. Yeah, my dad's family is also from here, so
a different ranch, La Ciénaga, but
yeah. So that was my little experience. So never again. Next time I'm gonna be like, no, pull out your family tree, please. show me your family tree.
I know. Fatima was like, seriously, we need a family tree up in here so we know who's related to who.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was just trying to find a Mexican boy I can get papers
like,
to.
I was like, no more American men. I was like. Yeah. But still, even if they're fully Mexican, pull out your family tree anyways. I still gotta make sure.
Show me who you're related to.
Still gotta make sure. But yeah, that was embarrassing.
That was fun. That was good times. It's
a story. But yeah, I'll probably come back next year.
Next summer?
Yeah, next October. If Diego said he's gonna come out, I think it'd be fun.
Make it a point to come.
We should do like a little cousins trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Next year, my grandpa will be 89. So just one more year for his 90th birthday, and we can party it up.
We'll party it up again.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We usually celebrate celebrate his 80th.
Oh my God! Is it on my head? I feel it. It is. I feel it.
There, I flicked it off.
Oh man, I like. Yeah, like I want to scratch it.
Anyways, I think that's all for today.
I hope you guys enjoyed this
podcast
here in a different scenery. Mm-hmm. We should make it more of a point to do it when we come out here.
Yeah.
But I love sharing this little piece of our life with other people that don't get to experience it as much. So
yeah,
it's fun.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening to the Primass.
Thank you so much for watching, listening, clicking in, subscribing. We really appreciate it.
Comment down below. What would you do if you were in my situation? You accidentally found out you were flirting with your second cousin.
You're sick.
Sick. It reminded me of the Mean Girl scene where she's like, he's your second cousin. She's like, so? He's hot or something like that. Yeah. Do you know that scene?
Yeah, I think I do. But I don't remember.
Anyways. Yeah, comment down below. What else do you want to see us in the rancho? Do you want to see Gabi milking a cow? Let us know. Put it in the comments.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.